We are back in the Jack Daniels Old Number 7 Club for our final segment, following a nice victory by the Anaheim Ducks over San Jose 4-2. And I guess a lot of people are wondering what's up with Ryan Getzlaf and Teemu Selanne. Well, Dan has a little bit of information regarding one of them. Dan, what do you just find out?
A little bit, not much. The only thing we can tell you is Ryan Getzlaf did tweak the same ankle that he had sprained before the Olympic break. We do not know the severity of it, whether it will impact Getzlaf's ability to play in the next game Wednesday against Chicago. We'll hope not. As far as Teemu Selanne goes, we do not have a report on Teemu, so we will just hope for the best there.
All right, Dan, I want to introduce you here to Tony Willman. He's from Melbourne, Australia. And Tony, let's go all the way back to 1993. You're in LA, Anaheim, and how'd you find out about hockey and the Anaheim organization?
Well, everywhere we went around Disneyland and around the Anaheim district, people were handing us all this Mighty Ducks promotional gear, and we had absolutely no idea what it was all about. Fast forward about 5 years or so, I'm homesick and I'm just surfing around on the internet, and I discover the National Hockey League website and I recognise the logo. So I say, okay, I'm going to adopt this team, and it turns out I could have probably gone to the opening game. I think I was here the week of the opening game, certainly probably of the exhibition games.
Now you tell me that you followed the Cincinnati Mighty Ducks, who at that time were the minor league affiliate of the Anaheim Ducks.
During the lockout, I needed my hockey fix, so I discovered the Cincinnati Ducks site and listened to a lot of their games and got to know a lot of the players who came on into the Anaheim Ducks.
And one of the things that I guess is helpful not only to you, but we have other fans that write us at times all the way over in Russia. I mean, it's unbelievable. How important has the internet been to actually following hockey where you're from?
Well, it's awesome because we only get 2 games a week on Fox Sports during the regular season. Very few Anaheim games. They tend to focus on the better-known teams in Australia, like Detroit, New Jersey, and so forth. So yeah, look, the internet is vital. I can't wait for the results of games. I need to know what's happening when it's happening, and so I listen to as many games as I can.
Now, you've got written down here on this note, downside, no one in Australia understands me. What do you mean by that?
Well, my team wins the Stanley Cup and I'm just so excited, and everybody else saying, yeah, so?
Well, we'll have to teach them a thing or two, right?
For sure, for sure.
Now, tell us just briefly about hockey in Australia. I have no idea the type of hockey that's played down there. What can you tell us about hockey, whether it be at the pro or amateur level? Okay,
Steve, we have a national league in Australia which comprises 8 teams from the major cities on the eastern seaboard. It attracts players from other countries who are perhaps not quite at the elite level. A lot of expatriates do try out to play with the Australian teams, but there is a cap on the number of imports they're allowed to have. The stadium that we played in Melbourne was so bad that it wouldn't rate in Medicine Hat or Moose Jaw, but we now have a brand new $20 million stadium in Melbourne, and we're looking forward to a great season for the Melbourne Ice.
And finally, you got some favorite players listed here. Some have moved on, but who were some of the ones you enjoy watching play?
Well, look, it would have been just awesome to see Teemu Selanne score his 600th goal tonight. Corey Perry, Getzlaf, Penner, the guys who were here in the 2007 Stanley Cup win, of course.
Dan, you have a question here for Tony before we let him go?
A lot of great names right there, by the way. My only question is just ice rinks. Are there many ice rinks in Australia? Is there much opportunity for kids to play or skate?
Kids have an opportunity to play and skate. As I said, the new $20 million centre has opened with 2 rinks. That now means we have 3 rinks in Melbourne. We have 1 rink in provincial Victoria. I believe New South Wales has maybe 4 rinks, a couple in Queensland, 1 in South Australia. It's very much a minor sport, the ice sports in Australia.
But I'm going to guess that during the months that are winter here, that are summer there, the ice rinks are a good place to be.
I agree with that when it gets to 110, 114 in Melbourne, that's where I want to be.
Tony, before I let you go, your wife is here. When do you head back to Australia?
We're actually transiting through here on our way to Phoenix. When I found out that there was a couple of games on the weekend, I made sure that the trip included a stay here. And we're off to Phoenix for a wedding and then back to Australia in just over a week.
We appreciate you stopping by. Keep following the Ducks, and hopefully we can sneak into that playoff spot, huh?
Beautiful. Look
forward to it. That's Tony Willman of Melbourne, Australia. Big Duck fan. And Dan, just some final thoughts on the Ducks win over San Jose tonight. Hopefully it's the start of some good things down the stretch here.
Absolutely, Steve. I think we're all going to hold our breath on Ryan Getzlaf and particularly Teemu Selanne. We were all hoping for that 600th goal tonight. We want to see it as soon as possible, and certainly the Ducks need those guys. But as we chatted with Aaron Ward about, this is a funny game. You know, who would have thought the Ducks would struggle the way they have coming out of the Olympic break, given how they played earlier. But now with a real solid effort tonight, if they can back this up and continue to play with this emotion, the physicality they showed tonight, just the involvement in all the little dirty areas of the game, you never know.
Yeah, and just a couple of quick thank yous. Everyone involved with Chalk Night here at the Honda Center. We spoke to one of the medicine directors over at Chalk Hospital, the tremendous job they have done and the relationship the Ducks have built up with those people. And for the first time in NHL history tonight, I don't know if the fans were aware of it, but all of the dasher boards, 44 in all here at the Honda Center, donated to Chalk for this evening, and we want to thank all of the Ducks sponsors, the advertisers, for letting us do that tonight. And also, Dan and I were over at Knott's Berry Farm yesterday for the Ducks Wild Wingers Kids Club. There were a ton of kids over there. They were super. We had 6 players there. We had a great time, and for everyone that came through the lines and that, we appreciate you being there, and I know Matt Savant and his crew are very happy with what happened yesterday. So that's it. 4-2 is the final with Anaheim over San Jose. The Chicago Blackhawks are here Wednesday night. We'll have it for you at 6:30, but better than that, why don't you pick up some seats and you can watch the Ducks play one of the up-and-coming teams in the NHL. Chicago here, 7:05 p.m. game. Want to thank Bill Bingham, Rick Cutler, Vic Pence, Brian Titus for all of their help, and thank Tony Willman from Melbourne for spending some time, and also Duck defenseman Aaron Ward. Ducks hockey on the Ducks Radio Network, brought to you by Honda, the official vehicle of the NHL and the Anaheim Ducks, and by Time Warner Cable, the power of you. For Dan Wood, I'm Steve Carroll. Again, the final, Ducks 4, the Sharks 2, here at Honda Center on the Anaheim Ducks Hockey Network.